managed to capture that entire trend. And it's very normal for crypto spring for Bitcoin to outperform. And then as we come into crypto summer that we're transitioning into now, ETH starts to outperform Bitcoin. This is a terribly unpopular thing to say because people say, well, ETH is dead. It's a dead chain. It's not working, blah, 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 blah. Just wait. Have patience. You'll see. Will it outperform Solana? I very much doubt it. Solana's earlier in the adoption curve, so it means the percentage changes are larger. So that's how I see it with that. You can see the start of crypto spring, which was the breakout of this pattern and the slight acceleration. That's as we're getting to warmer days of spring, as it were. But really, summer happens when you break the previous all-time high in market cap and things go utterly bananas. So this is ethereum. So this is the rest of the space really starting to accelerate. And sometime in 2024, we will hit all-time high market cap of altcoins. And this chart will go truly into the banana zone, which I know is a very fun time. People lose their fucking minds in this period. And I'm urging you to remember my rules about don't use leverage. Keep top 3, top 5 market cap tokens. If you are going to go out the risk curve, do it with 10% of your capital or less. Just be careful out there. Don't fuck this up. This is a gift, but you can screw it up by getting greedy, getting FOMO, and doing stupid shit you shouldn't do. Just don't do that. If you want to have some fun, catch an altcoin season, do it with your 10%. Who knows? You might make a 10x on it. Chances are you'll end up with a bunch of embarrassing stuff in your wallet that goes to zero over time. That's the way it works. But your ETH, Solana, Bitcoin, they'll do just fine. Okay, let's talk about crypto summer, just in a very simplistic terms. Here's the chart of the seasons. So spring is green. We had a great spring this year. Summer is when a lot of the gains start to happen. Fall was tricky last time around. We got a stunted cycle. If you remember, that kind of double toppy style thing was highly unusual. 2017, 2013 were more typical, obviously, of the fall season. And so we don't know how this one's going to play out. I think it plays out more like 2013, 2017, but it's all assessing the odds as we go. But right now, this is the easy year, the summer. So we should just be able to set it, forget it, and let the gains accumulate. And then very soon, like in the next month and a half, we will start to hit the banana zone. And this is what happens when you hit the banana zone. Things get absolutely wild, which is the really magical part of why this is the greatest macro trade of all time, is this part. And it's coming. Will it look the same as others? Who knows? Some have been absolutely crazy. Others were more difficult, like the last cycle. But that's usually what happens when we hit altcoin season. From summer and then into fall, things get really, really exciting. Now, at Exponential Age Asset Management, I won't talk much about that, is we actually build a whole portfolio allocation of where we want to be on the risk curve using lots of factors that Julian Bissell has put together, from the everything code, valuation percentiles, volatility, where we are in alt season, different measurements of all of this, these 9 different things, and then give it a total score. Right now, we're at 9.2 out of 10. So almost at max risk taking, but we're not there yet because we haven't got, we're not fully into summer, but that day will come and we allocate to managers accordingly. This kind of risk scoring is just a summary of what I've been talking about. Is right now, this is the time to take risk. Don't use leverage. Be careful what you own. Have fun out there and do it right. So hopefully what I've done here is try and teach you why this matters, why you should, in this festival of learning, listen to other people and learn some skills, how not to fuck this up, which is crucially important because you're being given a gift, why it's such a big gift, how ridiculous the returns have been over time and are likely to be going forwards. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but I don't see anything changing. how the everything code plays into this, how the refinancing of debts every 4 years creates a 4-year cycle that happens to correspond with the Bitcoin halving cycle and the US presidential election cycle, how that breaks down into different seasons, how liquidity plays into this and how demographics play into it, and how liquidity is being used to debase your currency, making your future self poorer. And then I've shown you how crypto fits into your portfolio to offset not only the debasement, it's a life raft for your asset, but it also happens to be an asset that goes up more than any other asset of all. And this is not funny internet money. It's actually driven by macro. It's driven by the business cycle, like all other assets are. It's driven by the liquidity cycle, which happens to be, we think, pretty forecastable. Yes, it gives some crazy numbers for performance. And again, they're not my targets. I don't really care where it gets to in price, because the next cycle, it's going to be higher, and the cycle after that, higher, even if the returns lower over time. Maybe they don't. There's a big thesis out there that we will get tapering returns, and the log channel of Bitcoin is the wrong way to look at it. I don't see any evidence of that in the NASDAQ. That's been a powerful log channel for a very long time now. I don't see any reason why you need to get lower returns, but maybe we do. I'll worry about that when we get to 4 billion users. So in a nutshell, this space is going from 2.7 trillion in market cap. It'll get to something like 10, 12 trillion in this cycle. It'll then have an inevitable bear market. Whether it's as big as the previous bear markets or not, we can't tell. We've now got new participants putting in their 401k money every 2 weeks. Maybe they all panic out. Nobody knows. But it doesn't matter, because those sell-offs are the opportunity. If you can, take some lifestyle chips off. Protect yourself in the great crazy days later this year. And then you're fine. Then you can run it if you want to. You don't have to. I will. And then you can add into the bear market when everybody's scared, because you've got a plan. This is the plan. This is the framework that you need to have confidence. Just keep going. Anyway, as I always say, good luck out there. The biggest macro trend of all time. Let's see if we can be part of this generation, this generating of wealth, the, let's say, 90-something trillion of wealth that's going to come, because that will truly change your life and your family's life. All right, take care. Okay, well, I hope I got across to you all the things I was trying to explain in the video, how big this is, how not to fuck it up, how important this is. And again, I'm going to reiterate the don't fuck this up. Don't use leverage, because it's a way for people to take your coins. Store your coins carefully. Don't let anybody else have them. I think most of the big exchanges are safe, but to be extra safe, I don't really leave stuff on exchanges. It's all in cold storage. Yeah, it's a pain to set up, but once you do it, you feel safer. Then don't FOMO into stupid shit because your friends are making money, or you're seeing some bloke making money in a meme coin. If you want to do stuff outside of the 3 or 4 big cryptocurrencies, then do it with 10% of your money. There you can have fun. There you can be a gambling, filthy degen. But don't do that with the bulk of your assets, because you think you're never going to get a chance. How are you going to grow your $2,000? It will compound over time. Just trust me on this. And then you can play for the 100x's or whatever you do. You will probably lose money in that 90% bucket. When I look at my own allocation is probably 1%, memes and shit like that. Most of it is just straightforward. And I don't use leverage. And even though I've used leverage over the years, I don't want to use leverage in a market that is this volatile. Anyway, remember, this is just part of the education. Go to Real Vision, I beg you, realvision.com, and just smarten yourself up. Turn the information that you see into a world of knowledge and wisdom. And the Festival of Learning will help you do it. And if you're watching this after the Festival of Learning's taken place, well, you can watch the reruns of it there. plus all of the education that we've got on Real Vision. You can talk to the AI, ask it for questions of how to understand, the terms that people use, how to understand what liquidity is, how to understand all of this. It's all there for you. We built it for you. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, get some education, and let's take advantage of the biggest macro opportunity of all time.